plan for the project. The most important aspect of this project to me, and I think to all of us, is the mixed-use portion of the project. It contemplates the retail portion with some offices that will be service offices that are going to be in there. It's being called City Place at Doral. It contemplates a vertical integration of uses, including retail, entertainment, office, parking, hotel, as well as residential above the retail. The building facades are outstanding design. They focus the entire project on the oval that you saw within the center of the project. That's really where there's going to be a grand public space. All the roads, all the streets within the Park Square project are private streets, with the intent that these areas can be closed to operate festivals and celebrations. It's going to be it's intended to be a very sort of active and open place. We are, as I had mentioned earlier, actively designing this. We've done the site plan, we've pulled the building permit on parcel 3 for the residential, and now we're moving forward with not only the design, the very active design, very active leasing efforts for the mixed use portion of the project. That's where Related New York comes in, that's where Architectonica comes in, and we're very excited with that. You sent staff to the ICSC convention to start talking about, not to start, you've done this over the last several years, to introduce Doral to the major commercial entities that are out there. It's been successful, obviously. This time around, the Related company from New York and Uri Mann were out there. I'm going to introduce Uri for a couple of seconds to run through some of the presentation as it relates to the mixed-use parcel. I should point out that he wasn't in the room when we swore everybody in. So you need to swear him in, and then he'll make a brief presentation. Uri.
The only one that is going to talk that hasn't been sworn in.
Finish up, and then we'll answer questions.
Oh, my question is, he hasn't been sworn in. Is the only one? He's
the only other person that wasn't here, and I don't know if he's going to speak, but he wasn't here as well.
I do solemnly swear and affirm that the information I'm about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you. Just before we go through the slides about the retail, I wanted just to hand these out, and these are and these as well. One copy. What Joe is handing to you are copies of the renderings that you'll see on the PowerPoint, and also you'll get an electronic copy, which are on the USBs. Those are portable memory sticks, and these are the types of materials that were handed out at the International Council of Shopping Center Convention just recently in Las Vegas. My name is Uri Mann. I'm Vice President of the Related Group in Miami. I'm responsible for the project management for the retail portion of the project. I just wanted to take a few minutes because we're so excited about this project. It's an honor, first of all, to be here, and we're very excited about making this investment in the project. How do I do that from here? Okay. All right. In total, let's see, it starts. Play. Oh, there it goes. So just to give you an idea of the size of this project, it's an investment. It's a considerable investment from our standpoint. It'll be over $200 million to build out just the north half of the project, which is focused on retail with residential above it. If you look here, this is a rendered aerial view of the project, and you can see that there's the project has a throat with retail, with residential on both sides. I don't know if is there a pointer here or no? No pointer. And you can see on the bottom right-hand side of the project, that's for the Park Square office buildings. So if you've been to Garden Delights, the great Mediterranean restaurant, Mediterranean Harvest? Mediterranean Harvest, yeah. I've been there so many times I forget the name. You would be sitting in the Oval in the office building. And the project is going to be approximately 300,000 square feet of retail with 320 luxury apartments on top of the retail, which I'll show you in a minute. And the bottom left-hand corner of the project, you can see another courtyard building. That's a future condominium building. And this project, we envision it to be similar in a sense to our other project in West Palm Beach called City Place West Palm. It's actually being called City Place Doral, and it'll be heavily programmed. We see this project as being not just a location for a downtown location for the residents that live at City Place, but also for the greater city and for the visitors of Doral in general. If you go through, then this rendering right here that I'm looking at is from Doral Boulevard, looking into the project to the right, and that is going to be an upscale grocer, something that the city of Doral doesn't have yet. So the two likely candidates right now are Whole Foods and Fresh Market. And I actually would like to go through a list.
Signed already with them?
We haven't signed, but we are in active letters of intent negotiation with both, which is very exciting. And I actually wanted to go through a list of all the tenants that we are in negotiations with right now. We actually haven't signed any leases just yet because we haven't begun the formal site plan approval process, in which all of you will get an opportunity to say what you like and what you don't. And we have to have the formal site plan approved with lease outline diagrams to literally sign leases. But just to give you an idea, some of the extremely interested parties that we've met with that are looking very seriously at this, I'll go through that list in a second. Just want to show you some of these renderings. This is the throat of the project. You can see the residential above the retail. The project's designed to be, unlike the City Place in West Palm Beach, it's not Mediterranean. It fits within the modern style of Doral. It's very upscale. Will feel more like an upscale Los Angeles project than something you would see in Palm Beach as a Mediterranean project. Architectonica has been working on the design. This is a rendering from the street looking at the entrance. You can see the black fountains that already exist on the project, if you're familiar with those when you drive by. And the CP at the top of the stand is for City Place. And this is another rendering of the oval. You'll see the existing office building on the left-hand side. This is a shot at night. I am excited to announce to you that Cobb, which is the best credit movie theater operator in the country, has committed to giving us their Cinebistro concept, which is the upscale 21 and over luxury movie theater concept where people can sit and watch a movie and eat at the same time, which is very exciting because it really talks to the caliber of the project in terms of the type of quality that we're going to have. And it's a sort of 6 or 7 screen concept with 600 to 700 seats. And this is another rendering looking north from the south of the project. And here's one where we're looking to the north, and you can see that this oval we envision will be heavily programmed, will be shut off during special events. It'll be a location where the city can really take advantage of public space. You can see that there's a concert stage in the middle of the oval that would be used. This is a kind of location that the city could use for July 4th and these types of festivals. And it's a view from the second floor looking down. Interestingly, our second floor retail has had tremendous interest. I just want to go through some of these, and I'm really only going to mention the types of tenants that we're already actively negotiating with, that we haven't signed leases, but there are letters of intent going back and forth. So Novecento, Ocean Prime, and Ruth Chris are all looking at the north part of the project. If I can go back to the site plan here. If you look here at the site plan, the top left-hand corner is really where the market would go, and next to it there's a retail location for a restaurant, which would be fronting Doral Boulevard. So that's likely to be Novecento, Ocean Prime, Ruth's Chris, or possibly Yard House, which is by Darden. And then when you start going through south, we have some interest from Carpaccio, which is in Bell Harbor, in the shops there, which is an upscale Italian restaurant, and also Bravo, which is a upscale credit tenant, it's very similar to Brio. It's basically the same concept. Then we're also talking from a Mexican standpoint to Rocco's Tacos and Cabo Flats. Both are very interested. BurgerFi, Burger Beer Joint, Cooper's Hawk, Max's Grill, and for a coffee standpoint, we're going to have several, probably at least 2 locations that'll be more like a coffee style restaurant like Ballin's, which is on South Beach on Lincoln Road, or Segafredo. And Blue Martini and Martini Bar are both very interested in the site. We have letters of intent going back and forth with Saitos and Mojitos, which one is an Asian fusion concept, another is a bar. I did mention the fresh, that we're talking to Fresh Market and Whole Foods for the grocer. Lamborghini has expressed an interest in putting a very small showroom with 2 cars in one of the retail stores, so, similar to what, if you've been on Lincoln Road and walked by, you've seen Tesla being displayed in a very small space, just 1 or 2 cars. We're also talking to 100 Montaditos, which has a restaurant in downtown, Sloan's Ice Cream, which is an upscale ice cream store, looks sort of like a candy store for children, and it's a really amazing ice cream. Some of the retailers that are interested in the site, Joseph A. Bank, Versona. We've had conversations with H&M about putting a store here. Also, we're talking to the Improv about moving their location to Doral. That's a comedy club. And from the bowling standpoint, we're talking to Splitsville and All-Star and Kings. And that's basically, I think I've gone through. And also Fogo de Chao as a potential Brazilian steakhouse. So this area is, it's pretty underserved in terms of upscale food and beverage and retail. And we see this as sort of a downtown destination for the city, for the residents. And we're very excited about it and excited about the opportunity to make the investment. You're familiar probably with the Related Group in New York. They've partnered with us on the development of this project. They're responsible for Time Warner Center and many other very prestigious developments around the country. So we've been able to leverage their relationships with some of these retailers to bring in even some retailers that don't even exist yet in Florida. So it's very exciting. I think I went through all the renderings.